All right, we're going to try this again. Welcome back, everybody. Let's make sure we got our man on here. Now, he has been sent the invite. Let's see whether he gets it. For those of you watching the replay, this is really cool because we've done this about 2 times already trying to get Champion on here. And I love technical difficulties when you wanted to not show up. It's perfect because it shows that you can test your own patience and you can be part of the bigger picture. Laurie, what's happening, girl? So what we're about to experience, Vladimir, good to see you, man. What's happening? So thank you for stopping by. For those of you who know of or who have met or have seen Riddick Big Daddy Bowe, former American professional boxing champion, undisputed title 2 times in a row. This man is phenomenal. He's been a champion in 1992, undisputed, and there was an opportunity to bring him here so we can have a conversation today about the journey of his destination for greatness. So that's what this conversation is about. Welcome to the episode of Destination for Greatness Experience, which is a live experience of the podcast show, which you can download and watch some of the cool episodes on either Spotify or Stitcher or any of the other apps like iTunes as well. So looking forward to some exciting times with this man. We're going to have a great conversation right here. I'm trying to add him and make sure he's available. And so grab a pen, grab a paper, do whatever you need to, because when he jumps on live, you know, we're going to go crazy on this show. So I'm going to wait for a moment. I'm going to give him a chance to jump on. I'm going to give you guys a chance to go grab your coffees or your teas or whatever you need. Make sure you're all stocked up because the next 60 minutes or 90 minutes is going to be fantastic. That's what it's going to be. All right. So get in there and rock it out. So make sure that happens. All rightio. Let's see. Where is our brother? Let's try and bring him in. So, add. Let's see if we can add. Let's see if we can add our brother. Okay, I'm going to invite him, which I just have, and let's see. Alrighty-o. Cool, let's see what happens if he gets the invitation. But not long to get started. We should be cracking as soon as he's here. I'm just loving my view. I'm loving where I'm sitting right now. Okay, right here you are. It says now you're watching, and it says you will receive. I've sent you an invite, and I'm going to send it now. And it says I'm adding you. Let's see. Accept it. You need to look at your screen. Hopefully, it gives you a spot where you can add, and then boom, you're good to go. And then we can bring you in, my champ. We can bring you in. All right. So it said decline. So that means somehow the wrong button has been hit. We're going to try it again. All right, let's do it. So adding you now. And now you might have another button there that says accept or approve. That should help. Once you're in, you're in. Make sure your camera is good. Okay, it's showing us decline again. This is kind of weird, but we'll try and work around it. Okay, we're going to find a way to get this working. Don't disappear, guys. Persistence is key. We are bringing the champion on air live with us. He ain't going nowhere. He's with us. This is going to happen. So I've added you again, Bo. You just need to make sure you accept it or approve it. It's coming up. Okay, it's coming up as decline. So if any of you have any suggestions or ideas to help the brother out, right now he sent me a request. I'm going to see if I can approve and add him. And that says adding. Let's see. Make sure it works. That's it. Ash, good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. Glad you made it. Jump on. You're going to listen to the champion today. It's going to be exciting. Don't disappear. What does it say? All viewers to send you a request to join your. They'll receive an invite to join your broadcast. Okay, so now you're going to get an invite to join the broadcast. Oh. No answer from the live video guest. That's weird. Okay, we're going to try it again. And you need to accept the invite. You probably will. Straight away. Good. I know. Glad. I mean, you can hear me and you can see me. It's really cool. Now we need to just make sure that you can approve that. Okay. So I've sent you an invite on my screen. It's flashing as adding. That's what it's saying on my end. So hopefully, once you prove it on your end, or you
Jimmy,
And the
can you
champion
see me,
is
man?
in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only undisputed champion of the world, Riddick
Yeah.
Bowe.
Man, you should have been a ring announcer. You should have
Hey,
been like, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
we finally made it. Persistence pays, right? Persistence pays, brother. Persistence
Absolutely.
pays.
Oh, yeah. It's just like boxing. You don't stop because you miss a punch. You gotta keep going.
That's right. You gotta keep going. Don't stop. So, see, this is, ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited that I'm shaking right now. I'm excited because it's amazing to have this man, the champion of the world, to sit with us and make the time to talk to us about his journey of his destination to his greatness. So I want to formally welcome the champion, Big Daddy Bowe, in the house. Woohoo! Give a big round of applause.
Thank
Go hit the
you.
heart button. Give
The
this guy a
champ is
laugh.
here.
The champ is here. Yeah.
Better
This
say.
is so good. What a privilege, man. What a privilege. So those
Well,
of you
thank
watching
you,
right now, yeah, that's what you were saying, man. I can't, I want to hear more of you.
Say it again.
I say, you say what you want to say, because we want to hear more of you. We want to hear your voice, the champion's voice. That's what we want to hear.
Okay, well, I guess I better start from the beginning. I got into boxing by accident.
I'm gonna get you to talk about how you got into boxing by accident. I gotta get that in a moment. I just want to tell the crowd this. If you don't know that the champ has created magic over so many years, guys, you want to listen to what the champ has to say. You want to take some notes. Carmelo, champ, this is for you. Carmelo says, "Hello, how you doing, champ? Who do you think is going to win between Errol Spence Jr. and Mikey Garcia? And who do you think is going to win against Canelo and Danielle Jacobs?" So that's an answer for you to trap into.
Well, I'm going with Spence for the first fight,
Hey,
and Canelo with the second.
all right, there you go. Well, the verdict is out. So you guys want to keep an eye out on that one, man. Definitely want to keep an eye on that one. So, for those of you who want to say, take some notes because the champ's going to talk to us a lot about his journey, how he created that space and how he got into the boxing world and why and how who he's become for what it is. So, Big Daddy, I would love for you to take it on and start telling us about your journey. Where did it all begin?
When I was 13, I was in junior high school, and a teacher brought a tape in about Muhammad Ali. I wasn't familiar with him at the time, but I said, wow, man, I like the way this guy talk. It reminded me of me. And I just fell in love with him. But 2 weeks later, I was in the boxing gym, and my career just took off. And I began to box. And but what a lot of people don't know is that I have 12 brothers and sisters. And I pretty much had to fight for everything that I needed or wanted. So boxing was second nature to me. So when I went to the gym, when I got in the ring with my age, my size, I would beat them up real pretty good because I had to deal with all my brothers and sisters. So I think my brothers and sisters really made me the fighter that I am.
Wow.
And so, yeah.
What did it take? So what did it take when you knew that the brothers and sisters were backing you up? What did it take for you to keep going? Because one of the biggest challenges we see with people is the whole support network that they have. In life, when you have some people that love you and then they support you, and then there are those who don't support you. What does it feel like to have brothers and sisters who had your back right through, especially at the beginning?
Well, for the most part, I knew they pretty much because I'm next to the youngest. So most of them was older than me, so they were glad to see me doing something that was positive. And a lot of times, a lot of fights, I would think about them, even if I was behind, and I would pull the phone, thinking about my brothers and sisters. So they were
Wow.
real. That was a real motivation by me.
Wow. Okay. And keep going. And so then what happened from there on? So you started your career, you started getting into boxing. Now where the place that you lived, right? Was that an environment where you knew that yeah, everyone was flourishing and growing? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well,
The place
I
you grew
lived in
up.
the ghetto. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. There were people that were happy for you, and there were other people who hated you because you were doing something positive. But I didn't let that bother me. I just kept my head straight and stay out of trouble, finish high school, and I try to, do the right things.
That's right. Absolutely. And so the lesson that what I'm getting from what you're saying is that whenever there is an opportunity to look for doing the right thing, you get it and you do it because there's always going to be a chance where um, the environment does not necessarily support you, you know. And so, just like you said, if I use the metaphor of the ghetto, in business and in entrepreneurship, and anyone who's trying to succeed, when they're looking for success, one of the biggest challenges is that they get into a situation where it's almost like the ghetto. Everything's against them, but they have to be able to pursue and go behind what they want. So for you, while you grew up in the ghetto, what was your challenge, champ? What were you telling yourself in order for you to keep on going on the path? Because you could easily get distracted, right? You could have easily gone down the wrong path. You could have easily gotten carried away, but you didn't. You were saying
Absolutely.
some stuff to your
Well,
head. What is that you were saying?
well, my mother was my best friend, and I had to walk her to work every night. And I would tell her, yeah, Mom, I'm going to be the heavyweight champion of the world. She would say to me, okay, that's okay. Just don't go to jail and stay out of trouble and things of that nature. So I never
Uh-huh.
got into trouble until later on in my life. But
Uh-huh.
I got five brothers who were in and out of jail, so I didn't want to break a heart,
Wow.
so I just tried to keep a clean nose. And it
Yeah.
worked.
Wow. And
You know,
it did. And here you are, champ. You're the champ.
champ
so
is here.
so here's that's it. That's it. Amen. So here's a question for you. So when you were saying I'm going to be the champ, mom, I'm going to be the champ. When you were saying that, what were you feeling? Why did you say that?
Because I knew that's what I wanted. Ali was my idol, and I just knew I would be one of the great ones. I had the determination, and I think I really got my determination from my mother.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about the determination from your mother, because I want to be able to make the space to respect and acknowledge your mother for you know bringing you in this world and creating you as an opportunity, as a space for all of us to look as inspiration, thanks to your mom. So talk about your mom's determination a little bit. Share with us, if you don't mind, what was mom's determination like?
Okay, my mother had 13 kids. Um, and out of 13 kids, I don't know of a father. I don't know what a father means. So my mother had 13 kids, and she raised us all on her own. My mother went to work every night, and she would come home on Saturdays, make breakfast for us. Matter of fact, that's my favorite day of the week. She would try to make us go to church, and she just wanted us to stay out of trouble and be the best that we could be. And I think she's the greatest mom in the world, man. I don't think you can get a better mama. My mother from Georgia, man. She had a country flair about her. My mother, I think my mother's 86 or 87 now. She lives up in Maryland with one of my sisters, but she's the she's the best mom ever, man. She took good
Wow.
care of me, told me, look Riddick, don't get in trouble, do something positive with your life. I always got your back, and so things worked out pretty good for me.
Wow. That's really, really cool.
And
Wow.
my
If
thing
you guys are,
was, I did a lot of things to make her happy. You know what I mean?
mm, mm, yeah, totally. That's a big thing. So,
Like finishing
um,
high school, that wasn't really on my radar. But she was told, well, yeah, I want a couple y'all to finish high school and things of that nature. And so I finished high school to make her happy.
yeah,
That
wow.
really wasn't one of my goals, but because she wanted me to finish, I finished just to make her happy.
Being a good son. Totally get that. Totally get that. How many of you here who are listening and watching right now to the champ, have gone through something similar? You did something for the one you love, even if you didn't want to do it, but then at the same time, you were focused on your goal because you wanted to go after that goal and make it come through. So that's really, really a big lesson to listen to. If you can focus on your goal, but also be able to give and be able to serve the ones you love at the same time, that automatically means it takes you to the destination of greatness. You're already there. And one of the interesting things that you said, champ, was you just knew you wanted to be the champion. You looked at your idol, Ali was your idol, and you made sure that you did whatever it took to want to be that, so that you already made up your mind. So one of the other things that I want to share with you guys here is one of the things that the champ did, and we've seen this time and time again. The greatest giants in the world, the reason they became the greatest giants in the world is because they said and they spoke confidently about what they wanted. They never shied away from it, and they always said what they wanted, and they went after it, and they got it, right? Listen to what he said earlier. He said he told his mom that he's going to be the champion. What did his mom respond to him? She didn't say, "Oh yeah, baby, come on, you can do it. Let's go make you a champion." She didn't say that. She was like, "All right, okay, just concentrate on your studies, get that done, don't get into trouble." Now he could easily go to the point going, "Oh, what? That doesn't make sense. I'm not getting the support." But that didn't happen. The champ had this thing of, "I know it. I am. It's already done."
Absolutely. Yes, sir. And then I fought in New York City Golden Gloves. I won the Golden Gloves 4 times in a row. So I
Woo!
love these more than I love my championship belts, you know what I mean? I got 4 of these. Yeah.
Wow! Wow!
Yes.
Wow! Hey, if you're ever generous and you want to sign an autograph on that one and send it my way, feel free, brother. I'm always up for it. I'll take it with open
Oh,
arms
this
and
one?
lots
No,
of love.
no. I can't send you this one.
No, don't send me that one. Send me the actual glove.
Oh, okay, not a problem. I got you covered.
There you go, my friend. That's what we're talking about. So, all right. So let's talk about this. This segment of this greatness experience is to talk about some heartache moments, because every champion, every successful person in the world goes through tough times and sadness and heartache moments. And sadly, what people see is only the front success, and that's when they start idolizing it. But what they don't understand is that there is a lot of pain, sweat, tears. There's effort. There's a lot of hard work that goes into it, and you have to be able to rise from the ashes. And people need to know two things. One, they need to know what those ashes are, so that they can either know that they're not the only ones going through it themselves, so it's okay. And the second reason is that they need to know that, because if they haven't been through it, at least they're prepared when it shows up, because now they've heard your story and they know how you've handled it. And so if they can handle it the way you handle it, then that way they can come out on the other side strong, just like you did. So let's talk about your heartache moments, like your conflicts, your pitfalls, your problems that you faced at the start of your career in boxing. um, take the greatness tribe down memory lane, and really share with us some of your heartaches and challenges you faced right at the beginning of your career.
Well, I think my sister, somebody murdered one of my sisters. Actually, she was my favorite sister. And my brother, he he was real sick and he was dying. So eventually he died. And so and he was one of my favorite brothers. So with those two leading me, I could have gave up and, just quit. But I kept going because I knew that's what they wanted me to do. I knew my brother would tell me, man, you can be the baddest dude on the planet. And things that nature. Me and Mike Tyson went to school together. Me
Oh,
and Mike went
wow.
to school together, and he never gave me any trouble.
Wow. Nothing at all.
So,
Why is that?
so my brother and my sister, I think, I went to the Olympics. My sister already died when I went to the Olympics. And then as soon as I got home, he died from the Olympics. So that was real hard to deal with. But I ain't gonna use that as no excuse. But I thought about them quite often, and I didn't want to fight. I thought they were bad.
So when you went, did you feel like you didn't? So you just said you didn't feel like wanting to fight, even though you knew you had to. Is that what you
Right.
said?
Yes, but I wish I would have fought Lennox Lewis for the gold medal after everything was all said and done. When the outcome would have been totally different.
Yeah. And how hard was it for you when they passed away to get into that ring and to train and to, even though you're thinking about that, what did you say to yourself? Because listen, losing family is not easy, and it's um, you know we sometimes in society the conditioning says, well, you got to get up, dust off, and move on. That's life, and people come and people go, and so this is not the same because this is family. This is people. These are people that they're your blood. So you have to
That you
grieve
know
and
you
you
love.
want to grieve, right? Exactly. And so
Right.
it might have been tough. But what did you say to yourself? How did you deal? Because there are a lot of people right now in this world, right now listening, who might have lost a loved one, and
Well, I kept saying that I knew I had people depending on me, like my mother. I wanted to buy her first house and things of that nature. So I would just try to stay positive and say, okay, man, you can make it, you can do whatever. But I got the silver medal, not the gold. I guess that's really not too bad. I'm the second best in the world, and I took it at that. Then I said, well, I'm still going to be the heavyweight champion of the world, and I'm hopefully I can find Lennox Lewis somewhere along the line in the pros, but he never will fight me.
wow, wow. Hey Maggie, welcome, darling. Thank you. You rock too. And so for those of you who's just jumping on, or watching the replay, welcome. I'm really, really thankful to you to make the time to listen to the champion. The champ is sharing, and we're getting very intimate with the champ right now, sharing how he made it through the fact that he went through, losing people that are close to him, and yet he had to make sure that he could still cater to the ones who depend on him and rely on him. And so he still went on and he persevered and he made it through, and he made a decision that he was going to be a champion. Now, let me ask you this. When you decided you're going to be the champion and you were going to be the gold medalist, did it just happen overnight? Did it just happen in one go? Or did you have to work your butt off for it?
Absolutely not. I had 211 amateur fights, so that means I had to train for 9, 10 years. Nothing happens overnight. So with me doing that training, I was able to get to the level where I could compete in the Olympics, things of that nature. I didn't constantly train and watch what I train. I couldn't have done it, but by the grace of God, I did, and I finished pretty good.
Wow. So here's a question for you. When did you have that turning point for you where you said enough is enough, I'm going to be the champion? Where you in just before the defeat of one of the fights somewhere in those 211 amateur fights, where was it that you had this one moment where you said, that's it, I ain't taking no more, I am going to be the champion, I am the
That was
champion?
the match with Lennox Lewis for the gold medal, After that was over, that's exactly what I said to myself. I'm gonna be champion. I'm not gonna let this stop me. Keep working hard and work even harder than what I did 20 years ago. And I became champion afterwards.
Wow. Wow. And in your heart, why did you say you wanted to be the champion? Why couldn't you just be why couldn't you just be great, not the champion? Why couldn't you just settle for that?
Because I was better than that. I always wanted to be number one. Uh, Muhammad Ali told me he wanted me to be champion.
Yeah.
So he said, come on, sucker. Come on, sucker. I dare you to dream. I want you to be champ. And I just remember that and never forgot that and just decided to be champ from that point forward.
What do you want to say to the people that are watching right now? Just say whatever you want to say about their dream and whatever comes to your heart right now with regards to being a champ. What do you want to
That's
say
your
to them?
dream. Don't never give your dreams up for anyone. If you believe in yourself, you can do it. And just work hard. Don't stop. Don't let nothing get in your way until you achieve what you want to achieve.
Yeah, wow. And before you became the champion, you obviously had no evidence that you were a champion, right? You never had any evidence. You were never a champion before you became the champion, but you were somehow you were a champion even before it was announced in public.
And how about that? You're 100% correct. I was a
Wow.
champion before I knew I was a champion.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
It's like the saying, right? Which mountain was the tallest mountain before Mount Everest? Does anyone know?
Absolutely not. I know I don't.
That's right. It was always Mount Everest till it was discovered.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
How about
It was the same thing.
yeah.
People
Yeah.
discovered you,
But I've
and then
been
that
very
was it. But the
fortunate, man.
champion was already there.
Yeah. But I've been very fortunate and God has been good to me, man. Because I found myself in a
Amen.
lot of predicaments, and the average person would be in there would just give up. But because of God, I'm still here.
Absolutely. Amen. Maggie says, love that, Sohan. It was all mental before it became physical. Absolutely right. So it all starts here in the mind, and then it all aligns with the body and the spirit. See, there's an interesting thing here. Most people probably don't understand that they're somehow aligned anyway. The alignment isn't. There are two types of alignment. There's one alignment that could be in the direction of where they want to go, and there's another alignment that is in the direction of where they don't want to go, but they're ending up going, and they're trying to turn around. And if they only understood that the alignment starts with the mind, because if you already knew for sure that you were the one, then all you had to do was just align your heart and your hands, which is your behavior, and then you move forward. So belief was a big one for you, right? Belief was a big one for you. So here's a question for you, Big Daddy. If you go back in time, right? If I asked you to go back in time right now, you don't have to, but if you did travel and you went back to that point before your amateur fights and before you became, you know, before you got discovered as a champion at the Olympics, and if you had 5 minutes sitting down with yourself, your previous self, then what would you sit down and say and share with your former self before you became that champion?
I would just tell myself to relax, take it easy, and I just really focused. But see, with my situation, it was totally different. When I got in the ring with Leonard Lewis for the gold medal, the referee I felt like was against me. If you watched the fight, he was giving me all these cautions and things of that nature. And Lennox hit me before he told us to fight, and then he stopped the fight. So I feel like there was some type of they was playing games against me.
And this is something that's interesting because this is the unknown part. Did you know this was coming before you got in there? Nah,
No.
exactly.
If I
Now, a lot of, if you knew, then what? If you knew it, then what would you have done?
And if I knew it, I wouldn't. Why fight? Because you don't. I'm getting the silver anyway. So.
That's right. That's right.
I,
So here's
I
an
would take it.
That's right. You're taking it easy. So this is something that's really cool, right? When we're trying to achieve greatness, when we're trying to be our best of our best, one of the biggest challenges
Mm-hmm.
that we come across is the uncertainty and the unknown. And how do you manage uncertainties, champ? How did
Well,
you
I don't
manage
think about it.
uncertainties?
I don't think about it. See, because the thing is, listen, when you get into the ring, you know you're taking a chance. You can get hit and never come out the same as you went in. So, that stuff I don't think about. Because a lot of guys, if they think about, okay, well, if I get in the ring, I'm not going to come out the same, they run, they go the other way. But I guess, we're all scared, but we don't show it. And that's why
Yeah.
you guys are so vicious, because if I hurt you before you hurt me, then I ain't got to worry about you hurting me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to get you out
Yeah.
of there expeditiously.
Absolutely. Daryl says, "Love you, bro." Getting a lot of love from the crew, man. Champ. So this is really cool. So if we take the context of what you're saying and we applied it into our lives and we took it into business, I mean, one of the things that I'm getting, and guys, by the way, please, whatever you're getting from what the champ is saying, go ahead and type it out, because your lessons that you're sharing here is something that we can learn from as well, from what insights you're getting, and also other people would also learn from your insights you're getting from what the champion's saying. So one of the key insights that I'm getting is that, you didn't you had to have such a big vision that you didn't have the time to worry about the uncertainties, correct? And your vision was so
Absolutely.
strong that was you had to get in there and dominate first. You had to dominate it. So when it comes to, whatever you're trying to achieve, just get in and get it done quickly, as opposed to waiting to react, respond. Hey, Warren, what's up, brother? Kia ora from New Zealand. We've got New Zealand watching and listening as well for you, my man, champion. So talk a little bit about your very first fight. Tell us, give us Big Daddy's version of what you saw. Take us through your eyes of what you saw in your very first fight, brother.
Okay, my very
Daryl
first
said,
fight,
by the way, Daryl says, Daryl's like, tell him, Daryl Coley, we best friends. I'm a boxer, 38-28 knockout, lost to Oscar.
yeah, but tell Dal Coley I'm 45-1, 33 knockout. I only lost to Holyfield.
He's listening. He's listening. He's gonna comment in a second. Right. So tell us about
My
let's talk
first
about your
fight,
very first fight. How did you make it?
right? I fought a guy by the name of Paul Brennan at 132 pounds. I guess he had the more experience, so he won a decision. We fought again 2 weeks later, and the same thing happened. But then, like 3 or 4 years passed, and we matched up again in the New York City Golden Glove. I knocked him out. A year later, we fought again at 178. I knocked him out. So I
Wow.
think even the score, and I did it in good fashion. So,
Yeah. You did it in style.
and so the thing is this, yeah, you won the first two fights because I had no experience. But once I got a little experience, there was nothing you can do with me.
Shit. So how did you manage to
It was a
keep a
good,
pretty face while you were
it was a
fighting?
good. Say it again.
How did you manage to keep a pretty face like Ali did in your fights?
You said, did I have a pretty face like Muhammad Ali?
That's right. I said, how did you manage to keep a pretty face like Muhammad Ali during your fights?
Oh well, don't get hit. You gotta catch shots with your hand, move your head, and hopefully you don't get hit or get. But I got cut one time when Evander Holyfield, but
I
he
know
did
you
that
did,
with his
yeah.
head. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in boxing, you taking a chance, so you gotta learn to take the good with the bad. So I took my lumps and I kept it moving.
Hey, you know what? You got a pretty face even now, brother. And Daryl says, "What a pretty face." There you go.
Who said I got a pretty face?
Daryl says you got a pretty face.
Tell Daryl keep my name out of his mouth.
Love it.
And if he keep my name out of his mouth, I'm gonna do him a big favor. You know
That's
what that
it.
is?
Boom. Who is
You know
it?
what I'm saying? If he keep my name out of his mouth, I'm gonna do him a big favor. You know what the favor is?
What is?
I mean, I'm gonna keep my foot out of his ass.
Well, he's listening. There you go. He's listening.
I don't
He
know
called
what
you
I'm gonna do
lazy.
with Coley.
He's calling you lazy.
Call me what?
Lazy.
He said I'm lazy.
Uh-huh.
Is that what he said? I'm lazy.
That's right.
How can you be lazy and you're a two-time former world champion? Ask how many
That's it.
championships he won.
He probably received that in 36 years of his dreams. Hey, I love it. Good one. All right, so tell me about this now. You knew some of your strengths, right? You knew some of your strengths and you knew some of your weaknesses. What were some of your biggest weaknesses that you were working through on your own
Food.
internally?
Food has always been my problem. I guess, something in my mind, it changed my mind by a lot of things. Let me tell you what I mean by that. We had to make certain weights. And because you had to make certain weights, you're going to have certain foods. So with that being the case, a lot of times I had to deprive myself of whatever I wanted to eat. So what I did was, when the fight was over with, I just ate whatever I could get my hands on.
Wow.
I think that made a difference.
Wow.
Now that I think about it, I wish I had more control over that, you know what I mean? I guess I did, but I just overate a lot of times. Because I guess I was making up for lost time. The times I can't eat this food or eat that food, so when I got the chance to do it, I just overdid it.
So when you were overdoing it, how did you? This is powerful, and I really want to say I honor your honesty. It's powerful what you're sharing because you're expressing your vulnerability right now with us, and that's something I just want to honor and acknowledge you for it, champ. Hey, Shelly says we love you, Bo. Shelly Williams has jumped on and she said she loves you. Thank you, Shelly. I really appreciate it. Shelly says in 25 plus years in the fight that you had, she said she's never seen such a kind, soulful, heartfelt interview of a fighter. So, kudos to you for being honest, and we really respect you for your vulnerability, champ. Daryl's like, Bo fought like a middleweight, great jab, great hands, speed, big heart. And that's right. So there's some amazing stuff that you've done, right? You've done some crazy stuff with your fight. And Daryl's observation is obviously the fact that you would move so quick like a middleweight guy, and you were quick with your hands. And we've seen that. We all know your fights. We've seen it. But you know something that we don't know. You know something about yourself that we don't know and no one else can see, because what we see is what you project. But before you project that, champ, you knew inside of you, just like you said, you knew food was your weakness. You also knew that there were some strengths you had, right? When you look in the mirror at yourself, you could smile just knowing that no one else would know except you in your eyes. Tell us a little bit about that. Share, not a little bit, actually, share all of it with us. What is it about your strengths that you have that you can turn around and look in the mirror even today and smile at it for what you created?
Well, I think that you're born with certain things, and I believe the thing you talk about when you smile in the mirror or whatever the case may be, you did something positive and everybody's gonna like you. And I think that is one thing that kept me doing what I was doing. And after a while, It's just something you know that you can do and you're good at it and you've been blessed.
And there were things that you had to work on with your strengths. Tell us some of the strengths you had that you had to sharpen and get stronger. You, internally, you knew it. Excuse me.
Well, I guess I had one of the best right hands in boxing history. I knew if I tapped you with the right hand, 9 times out of 10 you was going, I was gonna knock you out. I was strong, I was tall, I had little hand speed, so I had a lot of things going into my favor, and I just
What
used
about,
them. And
yep, keep going. Yep, sorry. And do you just use them?
yeah, I used them just to better myself, you know, my hand speed, my power, and my keen. I mean, you got to see things sometimes before they take place. And I would see things, okay, why he trying to set me up for this, trying to set me up for that, and then I would use that to my advantage and fool him
How the hell?
to say.
How did you do that? How did you create? Now this is powerful what you're just saying. This keen eye, guys. Listen to this because this is great insight. This is probably one of the biggest golden nuggets that he's just dropping right here. The champ is just dropping it for you. For those of you just jumping on, by the way, welcome. Thank you for making the time. We are right now in an intimate conversation with our very favorite Riddick Big Daddy Bowe, former world champion, 2 times undisputed champion of heavyweight boxing. He's a beautiful soul. He's a gentle giant. He's an amazing, kind heart, and he, you know, he's a fighter with such a big heart that actually has made Riddick, and people love Bowe because of his heart and his fight. So welcome. We're having a conversation, and he's sharing with us some of his strengths that he had, and he knew that he had to work with them towards what he wanted to be. But one of the other parts that you're just suggesting, and you just said, was that keen eye. You anticipated certain moves. How did you do that?
Right.
Tell us, how did you train that? Because that's not something you're born with. You got to be able to train that muscle.
Well, it comes from, it's like, yes, sir. Like if you went to the police academy, they're going to teach you certain things what to look out for. And then you just automatically, if you're on the street, you don't want to look out for. Now, I guess through the training I went through, I could anticipate, are you doing the right hand or left hook? And then I'll watch you for a minute. I'll see what you're trying to set me up for. And then I would in turn do the same thing. I would go out there, see what you're doing, and then all of a sudden, I'm going to throw a jab, hook on the right hand, and you be going to sleep. You wake up next week and you try to figure out what happened. So it's a thinker man's game. If you're not thinking like you should, you're not gonna win. And I wanted to be champion so bad I could taste it. So that meant life and death for me. You know what I mean? And I knew if I kept beating guys, I would get more money. And that's what happened. So I couldn't let you beat me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that right hand, dude. That right hand, man. Honor, yeah, bro. That right hand is wow.
Right hand was
Oh
impeccable.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So did you listen to your trainers, your coaches?
Say it again.
You had trainers, right? Did you listen to your trainers?
Yes, sir. Eddie Park was my head trainer, and there was a gentleman that was, I guess, underneath him, Hedgeman Lewis, and we made a pretty good team.
And so, what were some of the most annoying things about your trainer?
You were breaking up. Say it one more time.
What were some of the most, if there were any, what were some of the most annoying things about your trainer? I bet no one's asked you this before.
So when you say knowing, what do you mean
Annoying.
by that comment?
No, I mean like what annoying? Something that was annoying you about your trainer, something that pissed you off about your trainer.
The guys that were with me, they were so cool. So I guess my trainer was a little older, so he never really he never did nothing that annoyed me. So we got along so good. You know what I mean?
Did you ever get did you ever get to a point in your fights where your trainer would say, do this, and you would actually go, nah, I'm going with what my gut tells me?
Without question. We were fighting a guy by the name of, I forget his name right now, but my trainer said, look, man, I'm ready to go home. You out here jabbing with this cat, man. Go ahead out there, I want you to throw the jab, hook right, and let's go home. He said, I promise you, listen, you can close your eyes and do this, and we're going home. And if you close your eyes and you throw this combination, and he's still standing, I'll pay you instead of you paying me for it. I said, for real, purpose, bro, for real. He said, yeah, man, go out there, close your eyes and throw your left hook. Man, I went out there, man. I threw a jab hook in the right hand and opened my eyes back up, and I was looking for the guy. He was laying down. I stuck the bars. He said, let's go home. And once I completed that, anything he told me, I didn't question it. It was done. Like, it was just done. Yeah.
Wow. That's another thing that I want to share with you guys. You're glad that he was there because, one of the things that we talk a lot about is coaching, getting coaches. The coaches are like trainers in boxing. And if you want to be successful, yeah, there's an important part. There's one of the most important things, which is to have that belief system so strong that you already know without anyone telling you. Then there is the other part where you train for it and you already go for it and you dominate and you get in there quick before the opponent does. But then there's that third part, which you said you would just do whatever the trainer told you because you trusted him, you loved him, and you believed in him, and you believed in yourself. And so the reason why you could believe and trust your trainer is because you believed and trusted yourself to start with. True or false?
Yes, sir, 100%.
And so this is a big insight because when we're working with coaches, those of you who are listening to the champ right now, understand the importance of getting a coach or a trainer. What would you say, champ? What would you say if someone out there is looking to be the champion of their life, whether it's their work, whether it's their career, whether it's their business, whether it's their health, whether it's their relationships? What would you say to them about the importance of getting a coach or getting a trainer like a coach to help them?
Well, first and foremost, you got to believe in yourself. And then once you get that squared away, you got to listen to your coach. And once you realize he knows what he's talking about, he's seen certain things and he's there for you, hey, I'll put my life on the line for him. So they should do the same thing. And if he tells you to close your eyes, go out there and throw that hook right hand, and we're going home, you put them to the test. And if you go out there and do that, and if it don't work, then that's not the guy for you.
That's it. Exactly. I love that. I love that. I hope you guys have taken notes of what the champ is saying. Tell me this, champ. When you, two things. First, let's start with this. Let's talk about the mindset and the habits that you brought to your table, right? For your career, your life. Share with us some of the things that you did for your mindset to train your mind and keep you on track. And secondly, some of the things you did to keep as a habit that brought you to the destination of your greatness.
Well, I think for me, I did a lot of running. If I didn't do anything, I ran, and I knew that if I could outlast you, because the fight is only going but so far. If I can get to this point here, I would beat you no matter what. So, as a fighter, I did a lot of running, 4 or 5 miles a day, and then my trainer, he just made me feel like I could whoop King Kong if he got into the ring with me. So, I always had he came on. He boosted another notch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Love it. Okay, so let's talk about those moments where you've doubted yourself. Now, I know that you've been on your A game every single time, but at the same time, there were moments as a human being, we all doubt ourselves. And I think you mentioned that earlier on as well. But how do you conquer those moments of self-doubt that so often they trip us up, right? They trip us up all the time. How do you push through that?
How you put? Because well, I guess for me, if you want better for your family or for yourself, I just, push through it, and then I will let the truth fall where they may. Well, I mean, I guess for me, I said, well, now it's life or death. So what you gonna do? I can't die. I gotta
That's
keep
right.
living. So I gotta work through this and make good of it.
Wow. So you had a purpose. From what I'm hearing is you got to have a purpose, and this is big. If you guys have a purpose, then the purpose is what pulls you towards your goal and helps you to push through the trouble you have or the doubts you have. Is that fair to say? It helps you to push through, but it
That's good
also
to say,
pulled
bro.
you through.
Right, but listen to this. When I went to Lemons, I had two kids. They were toddlers. I had a son and a daughter. And all of my mind kept saying to me, you know what, man, you can make life better for them. And they're going to have things you never had. And that is what truly motivated me, because I wanted them to have better things. And I never went to a private school, but they did. So it
Yeah,
was
wow.
perfect.
Yeah,
It was
wow.
perfect. You know what I mean? They went to private school, I did.
Wow. And that's powerful because you had a reason. Again, that reason is powerful. When you're, you know, it pushed you through all that stuff, but it also pulled you towards that reason of having to send the kids to private school, which you couldn't go to. So it's a bigger dream, again, and it's a bigger reason.
Absolutely. 100%. Yeah. So, and and they got college degrees and they got college degrees now, so I'm happy for that.
Wow, that's really cool. It's really cool. What about let's shift gears and tell me this. If someone's looking to get to this destination for greatness, and there are people on this call right now who are looking and they're growing and they're on their path and they have the strong belief and they're getting coaches and they're working with coaches. How do they know they're working with the right coach? How do you know that you want to find the right coach to be able to take you on that journey?
Well, I guess you got to make sure. Well, look at you look at the L and the W. If you got more W's than L's, you know you with somebody that knows what he's talking about or he knows what he's doing. Um, a person who's gonna keep it real with you, because if a person gonna drive you, you don't really need that one. If he lets you get away with everything, you know you don't need him. See, with my trainer, Papa Smurf, he'll rather walk away than to deal with you if you're doing something wrong. If he tells you, listen, man, you gotta abstain from sex for 6 weeks so that when you fight, your legs will be strong. If you mess that up, he will leave you. He's not listening. He don't want you to get hurt. He don't want you to make him look bad. So he will tell you, look, this is what you need to do. And if you don't do it, it's a dead issue, because I don't want you to get hurt, and I'm not going to mess my name up. Straight like that.
So
Yeah.
how do you, as now I'll flip the role now. I'm sure you mentor a lot of kids and you coach a lot of kids and you help train them in the gyms, right? How, I guess the question I want to ask you is, what advice would you give to people when it comes to them seeing and believing in others' greatness? To see other people saying, "Yep, they've got potential," because Muhammad Ali saw greatness in you. He saw you as a champion. He knew that you're going to be the champion, and he told you not to give up on your dream, and he told you to dream big. What is it that you
Right.
would
Well,
say
we
for
have the
people?
same personality, so I guess for him it wasn't too hard to figure that one out.
That's
Um,
right.
so I guess he figured if he could tell me something, that was what he should tell me, because other than that, I had everything. I had the height, I had the hand speed, but I just used it in a different way. But what would I tell the other kids? I would tell other people, look, man, first and foremost, no matter what you do, you got to learn to listen. Because if you can follow instructions, we can get this done very easily. And if you got a heart, You got it. You got it all. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Well said. Very well said.
Yes,
Listen,
sir.
follow your instructions of your trainer, and that can be done easily and effortlessly, as opposed to trying to figure it all yourself. Love it.
Right.
Love it. That's beautiful.
Mhm.
Okay, all right. I'm going to shift gears, and this section is called the Golden Nuggets of Greatness Round. Okay, so you ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right, champion. So define greatness in one sentence.
Define greatness. Uh, how many wins do you have? Think about it. You don't have to knock everybody out, but your wins, that tells a lot about you. Think about it.
Wow,
What you said,
absolutely.
wouldn't you agree?
Totally agree. I
I
love
can
that.
have 100 wins with 2 knockouts, but they're all wins.
100%. And you know what the thing is? This is really cool because people need to go back and count the number of wins they have because everyone's got those wins. They're just not focusing enough on them so that they can understand the value of their greatness. Thank you.
And
Okay. That,
not only in boxing, but think about it. If you got 5 kids and 5 different bottles, that means you're ahead of the game. All the kids can eat, maybe at different times, but you're ahead of the game. People have a lot of stuff and don't know that they are blessed.
that's right.
You know,
That's
a lot
right.
of them, they are blessed.
Wow.
I try to
The,
count my blessings every day.
wow.
I'm blessed to be talking to you right now.
I'm blessed to talk to you too, Ron. Thank you, champion. I just want to say
Amen.
for those of you
Amen.
jumping on this call right now, you're getting a chance to listen to former undisputed heavyweight boxing champion of the world, Big Daddy Bowe. You're listening right now to the man who's sharing some amazing stories and he's dropping some crazy nuggets about his intimate journey of how he got to his destination for greatness. And he's also speaking to us about what's important if we want to be able to be champions in our own life in any area of our lives, right? So you couldn't ask for anything better to listen to the champion. Thanks for coming on, jumping on and listening to what he has to say, and continue listening. For those of you watching the replay, drop your comments and make sure you write down whatever you're taking notes from and whatever insights you're getting, because it's a powerful, powerful series. It's one of those ones that's going to change and impact your 2019. I promise you that. So listen to this from the beginning. All right, moving on to the next question for you around the Golden Nuggets of Greatness round. What is one idea that changed your life?
Shit, what is one idea that changed my life? Okay, I was going to be a basketball player initially. I'm on the court playing basketball. And you're not going to believe this. Guy told me to pass on the ball. I said, man, get out of here. He punched me in the face. I gave basketball up. I
That's
stopped
it.
playing basketball playing since.
Wow. That was it. And then,
Because I wasn't expecting that.
wow. Amazing.
Well,
All right.
I guess I was about 15. No, I was 12. No, I was 12 or 11. He punched me in the face with a basketball. I said, no, I might as well do something else. And it's funny, I wound up becoming a boxer after that.
Beauty. Chuck says, what up? Chuck Richards, he's on here too. All right. One thing that you have that your contemporaries don't have. One
Yeah, I
thing
didn't
that
hear
you
you.
have,
Breaking up.
one thing that you have that your competition or even your contemporaries don't have.
Determination, no matter what. See, I gotta tell you something, man. My mindset was this: if you don't believe in dying for, if you don't believe in what you're doing, that you would die for it, you could not beat me. You understand that, Conan?
You. Say that one more
Because
time. Say that one more
if
time.
you didn't believe in, if you wasn't willing to die for what you believe in, you couldn't beat me. So every time I got into the ring, I was like a gladiator. I was willing to die for what I believed in. And I believed in Riddick Bowe.
Wow. Damn, you dropped those slams like that, just like that. Woo! All right,
Straight.
you're getting me excited, man. You're getting me excited. All right, name two. You can choose any entrepreneurs, celebrities, boxers, sports professionals, sports athletes, whoever you want, but two. Name two that you were to host a dinner for that you would invite.
Oh, you know, it would be Muhammad Ali be number one, and the second one be President Obama.
All right. Yeah, boom.
Yes,
So,
sir. Obama,
if
cool
you
cat,
were,
man.
yeah, he's a cool cat. So, tell us more. Keep going. Keep talking. I'm
You
listening.
said if I were, okay, you said if I were again.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you were, let's say your story, right? If we were looking at a boxing story and a movie being made about you, right now, even though the movie that you played and the actor role that you played, I want to know what role would you play in the movie?
Well, I would play me.
Play you.
You my son can play me. He looks just like me.
I
He can
love
play
it.
he can play a young
Love it.
Riddick Bowe, but I guess most of it I would do.
Wow. I like that because you know what? This is really a twisted question because a lot of people out there that are suffering right now, if they were given a chance to play a role in their own movie of their own title, they probably are so embarrassed that they wouldn't want to play their own character. And the fact that you're saying that is really good because that gives them courage to say, number one, count your wins so you can know how great you are. But second, know that you can play your own role and have no regrets because you are great, period.
100%, because you know what you want to say, how you want to say it, and how you want to look. You don't have to take 5 cuts. You would get it right because it's about you.
That's right.
That's how.
That's right. So we're going to wrap this up with one final question. This is like a litmus test question, okay?
Okay.
Do you ever know when you're ready to be a champion? Do you ever know when you're going to be a champion?
Let me tell you something. From day one, when a teacher brought in that tape about Muhammad Ali, I said, I'm gonna be the next champ. I'm gonna be the next champ. I knew from that point, at the age of 13, I was gonna be the champ. But I know I had to learn what I want to be champion in. So once I got that down pat, I became champion. I just worked hard at it.
Wow. Well, champion, I just want to say it's been an honor. It's been an absolute privilege to catch up with you and have a talk on here. And it's a privilege for you to make the time and the energy to share your story and your journey of your destination of greatness. We really love you, you know, and this is not the last Facebook Live. We will be doing some more. You know, I just want to say thanks to everybody on here who has been here listening to the champion, taking notes, watching him, and having a great time engaging with us in this conversation. Yeah, we just want to say thanks a lot to jump on here and make the time of your day to learn more because you guys have stepped up for yourself and learned something for yourselves. And listening to a champion speak, this conversation for some of you or many of you could be a changing pivotal point in your lives. And if that's the case, we'd love to hear your comments and let us know what you feel and what you learned from the champion. Feel free to jump out and say hi to the champion. I'm sure he'd love to engage and say hi as well. So leave your comments below. Is there anything that you're working on right now at the moment that you want to announce, or are you working something behind the scenes, or anything coming up that's exciting that you want to share with anybody or everyone here?
Well, not yet, but I guess in the future I'll let you know. And thank you so much for having me. And if you want to do this again, just let me know.
Awesome. Sounds good. All right, Big Daddy. Well, thanks a lot. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for our man, Riddick Big Daddy Bowe. Thank you so much. God bless you. And
God bless you, man. Be good.
Hilton says Bowe is fabulous and the most underrated heavyweight champion ever. Love it. You are unstoppable.
I think you may be right about that.
Oh yeah. Amen. All right. Well, I'll love you. I'll see you later. Thanks a lot. And Chuck says he's
All
going
right,
to give
God
you a
bless
call
you,
this
man.
evening.
Be good.
God bless you too. Thanks, champion. Thanks, everybody.
All
Have a
right,
great
thanks.
one.